Hello everyone and welcome to the next devlog for our interior room generator. This week I've been working on generating objects in line with other objects as well as generating objects in between two objects. This means for the example we're currently looking at, we can generate sofas and tables looking towards the TV. And let me tell you, it has not been easy to get to this point. Generating objects in line is super easy, but to actually then find the center point and generate the tables in the middle between two objects, especially when the objects are two different widths, has been very difficult to actually get it to line up in all case scenarios. So I spent a lot of time just trying to debug and get the program to work properly. So if we take a top-down look at how this works so far, we obviously have our room calculation that we do first. And then we spawn the root object, and then we calculate where the inline position is based upon the size of this object too. So because this one's the same size, I don't actually do any calculation here. I can just take the final edge point of it and just run up until I find the right space for it. But when you go down to over here, because this seat here is smaller than the actual object here, we have to work out where that final edge is, which is what is represented by this light blue dot here. And then if we go back to this sofa here, these darker blue dots actually show where the edges of the objects are, so I can then calculate where the center point will be from that. So because it's a 6 and the object is too wide, I can then just go into on each side. There is one issue that still currently exists so far though, and it's this kind of case scenario here, where the TV and the fireplace both spawn with sofas and seats kind of towards each other, which can cause for these sofas to kind of stack. And I know how to fix this, and I'm hopefully going to get it fixed first thing on Monday. It's just to basically take away all this space here and say that this space has already been designated for this sofa here. Because when I actually spawn objects in between, it doesn't actually check the space. It doesn't have a need to check the space because I already checked it when I actually generate the sofa here. And so I can easily just fix this issue by actually removing these spaces when I spawn this sofa. At the beginning of this devlog series, I started talking about how I wanted to compare what my solution was compared to like this hand-built generate level here. So I thought now might be a good time to kind of look back at this kind of hand-built level and kind of see what we can do so far and what we have left to do. So obviously I can generate this kind of TV and sofa and table kind of setup where they're all in line with each other. And I can also generate objects in like the corner of the room and at the edges of the room. And so 90% of this room, maybe 95% of this room is something I can generate. Things I can't generate are like these seats next to the main sofa that are faced towards the TV. I might be able to say that they're next to this sofa and then have them a condition to like face them in a specific direction or towards a specific objects, which might work. And also another thing too is I can't really generate this AC unit above another object at the moment. But maybe when I get around to generating objects like these bookcases, or books inside the bookcase kind of thing, I might be able to find a way to say on top of this object, I might be able to generate like the AC unit on top of the bookshelf, but then it's always going to be directly in line instead of like half and half. Which might look okay, might not. We kind of gotta see how that goes. But a lot of it is kind of more about this small detailed items about generating on top of other objects, which is something that I need to work on. But that's going to be a different solution because I'm going to generate the main bulk of the items with the current room generator and then generate the smaller objects and stuff on top of those objects in another kind of class is the plan. But I think so far we're doing pretty well at what we can and can't generate. Okay, looking forward to next week. I'm going to go fix that problem first where two sofas hit each other in the center. That's going to be the first thing I fix next week. I also want to go through and add a separate file for each item, because if I have to kind of declare like the size and stuff here. And so I want to go fix that too and make it so that all that data is stored on the prefab itself rather than me having to manually enter it itself. Which will save a load of time. And then I also want to go and start spawning some objects on top of other objects kind of thing. I need to start thinking about how I'm going to figure out that solution. Not too many goals, there's a load of thinking behind them all. But with that, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next week.